And welcome to Let's Fly VFR. Today we're heading out to Miss Catalina Island with MisterX6's scenery. So let's have a quick look at that, and always remember to subscribe, like and share if you would like. So this is the default scenery for Catalina Island, and this is the updated version from MisterX6. He does some really great scenery for lots of places around, and thanks to Matthew Clark for suggesting this, because I wasn't going to fly here again, and he suggested that there was some good scenery and I should have a look at it. And again, we're in the V-Sky Labs along easy, and this is a recent update as well. This comes with the full metal or polished metal finish, which is just a very recent upgrade, and yeah, it looks really great. Sun shines off it, and of course it's got to be fast. It's got a bit of red on it as well. So let's go out. I've got quite a strong crosswinds happening today, upward of about 20 knots. So I thought we'll get out and do a little bit of practice, have a bit of a buzz around, and do a bit of low-level flying, and then yeah, amongst that, get a couple of landings under our belt as well in this well, very favourite of mine, the Long Easy. This is just an amazing aircraft designed by Bert Rutan quite a lot of years ago, and there's a number of different variants as well. I think his first one was a Long Vegan, or Very Vegan. Very Vegan was the first one he produced. I think that was back in the 70s when he was still working with the military, and over a couple of years I think he eventually got to get that together and flew it. But this is more the run-of-the-mill version, say for mere mortals to fly around in, but you can see the weather's just hounded us here. I've got it set at about 20 knots with about 77 knots gusting on top of that, and look at the scenery down there, just magnificent. It's really well done. There's a few little minor errors if you're flying around. You can see some of the roads don't quite match the ortho in some places. They're a little bit out, but unless you're flying super low level, you don't tend to notice that anyway. And one thing I discovered the other day, which I hadn't noticed, is there's a gauge right on the very left, most commonly out of view. There it is, just there. You can see that whizzing around, and that's the G meter. This is really violent because it was going from about -2 to +4 Gs. I think that would have been silly uncomfortable. So we're getting this one and just flying at approach. I'm going to try and get it down. So we get the wind coming from the right, and you can see the aircraft is weather vaning into the right a little bit. So we're going to try and get the right wing down. And we've got a fairly low approach here. We've got to be a bit careful of the fence in the way as we come over to Catalina Airport. I'm sure we would have gone around on that, but we're going to put this one on the ground if we can get it. Got it level. Lots of aircraft and stuff around too. Just so much better than the original scenery. Try and keep it on the runway. The centerline is our friend as always. And then we're coming from the other end, runway 22. And we've got, again, 20 knots of crosswind. As I think I've said a couple of times now, if you're going to go and fly, I see so many people just flying, and it's very casual, flying in, and there's no wind, and there's no turbulence, there's nothing. Challenge yourself, make it interesting, and I certainly found you can see the weathercock on the right hand side there, the weather sock, sorry, and it's given us a pretty solid wind from the right to left on this particular runway. So we're going to get out over here and get that gear up, and we'll put the iPad away. Oh, I got to tell you, I just love doing this in VR. It's just amazing. So let's head down the hill. We'll get a bit of a quick low-level run, and then back again for another landing underneath the wires there of the high-tension cables. I'm sure we'd get arrested for doing something like that in the real world, but we're going to keep it hard and fast down here. This thing is really nimble. Just preemptive the turns around, and you can see the reflections and the shadows down on the ground as we come down through. It looks really, really good. Now, I'm also interested. It was really great to hear from Matthew and give me some feedback and suggested this. I'd love to hear if there's any more really great airports out there that you guys know about. that's been created by yourself or someone like MisterX6, and that was very close to becoming a dead thing. And anything you'd like to see on the channel, it would be really great. And I love to make videos, and if you guys can help me out with some ideas of things you'd love to see, whether it be X-Plane, or if you think I should actually go out and get Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and give that a bash. Okay, interested to hear from you. I've had a lot of pretty passionate responses on that so far. Really love to hear from the rest of you guys out there, and girls. We've had a couple, even had a lady respond to one of the videos recently, and that's fantastic. So, flying another approach into Catalina. I'm going to watch that the lip of that hill on the way in. That is something that doesn't appear on the default scenery that I'm aware of. So there may be some other mesh involved here. Just holding the power and keeping that at around 75 knots on the way in. This thing does like to fly fast. Get it in over the top there, hold the nose, flare it out. Wind's still really strong from the right, not quite as gusty as the first little circuit that we did. We'll get the brakes on, and we'll taxi in towards the really nicely done airport area as well. It's a lot better than the default scenery, and we've got things like fences and aeroplanes and everything all around the place. Let's get taxied in, we'll get ourselves parked here. So just a quick little flight. Hope you guys enjoyed looking at that. Look at the shine on that Long Easy. So looking forward to see you back at Let's Fly VFR again. Visit letsflyvfr.com, and I look forward to hearing from you again in the near future. See you then. Bye.